Hey, I can do video blogs.
Good day, and welcome to another episode of Jimmy Jaunt. So I rode with the weekday riders today, and we ended up going to the Seaplanapalooza fly-in in Traverse, Florida. This was very interesting. I didn't realize they had this, but they said Saturday the turnout was huge, and we went through Sunday, but it was still interesting to see all the seaplanes out there on the lake. I did talk to one of the officials, and they said around October they have a pumpkin drop where they try to drop pumpkins from the planes as they fly over a target. So I think I'm definitely going to have to go out there and try to get some video of that because that sounds very interesting. Sounds like a lot of fun. So we ended up going to Blackwater Inn, which is a fairly nice restaurant right on the bank of the river, and I hadn't been there probably for about 2 years, but the menu had definitely changed and the prices had changed. So I don't know if I'll be going back there again, but the food was adequate and it was a nice stop. Good ride in the forest. I always love to go up through the forest, especially when it starts getting warmer. It always seems to be a little cooler through the forest, and I don't know, something about the shade from the trees seems to really help. So as we rode up through some of the scenic routes that Kevin had picked, a lot of good cover from trees and nature, so it was a very nice, pleasant ride. As I said earlier, the weather was good, and it's always good to be out on the bike, in my opinion. Found some nice sharp corners, can kind of unwind a little bit and not have to worry about things. So this corner was one of the fun ones, pretty quick on it. And it led into another turn, and it was kind of nice and birding area. If people are into bird watching, this area of Florida has some pretty good spots where you can pull off the side of the road and just set up, you know, sitting somewhere and you can watch the birds or listen to them. But it's also pretty good to run through it on the motorcycle. It's a marshland, so it's a little humid at times, but it keeps all the plant life green, which is very pleasant, especially when it gets to be summer. So we continued to wind our way, finding some nice sharp corners. Let me have a little bit of fun handling of the motorcycle on these turns, and it was a good time. This is one of my more interesting corners where they built the garage, or the house is right on the edge of the road. Um, Nowhere else have I seen a building that close to a road. But then we ended up getting up to the Blackwater Inn, and we parked our bikes and went in and had a decent meal and good conversation, and tried to figure out what we're going to do on the return route. So I decided I wanted to go back and head up north on 19. They were heading south. Sal actually followed me out to 19 and then headed south for home. So I headed north on 19. Sal headed south. He went back home, and I decided I wanted to check out some WMA land that they have up here just before the Cross Florida Canal, barge canal. And I wanted to see if they had any camping spots available. Usually in Florida, most of the WMA land is available for free camping. It's very primitive, but it's they at least have some spots marked out usually. So I figured I'd go up and check it out on the motorcycle for a future camping trip. So on the way up there, I ended up going off to Rodman Dam. I hadn't realized there was a dam up here, so I thought, yeah, I'll go check it out. And there was huge piles of driftwood that from dead trees that had been blown in. So I did a little off-roading and then went back up to find another, basically searching for any sort of camping locations where they allowed overnight camping. And I didn't find any here. I did find closer to 19 Rodman Campground. It was fairly reasonable. They do have facilities, and the cost was $12 a night for primitive camping. And I went through the area, and there was not a soul in there on the primitive side. Most of the people were using the electric hookup with RVs. But they were nice sites, very covered here, so I think I might actually come back here with the group and see if I can get some, like maybe 2 or 3 other people that want to come out and do some camping, and we'll just all get a site and come out here and do some tenting. So I continued now heading south, and I found the Caravel Ranch WMA. This was the WMA I wanted to check out. So I went down and behind the main check-in spot for hunters, and back behind there they had 5 or 6 camp spots, very fairly shaded, not great. It's kind of close to the road, so I don't know if I'll hear a lot of traffic, late at night trying to sleep. But it looks fairly decent, so I think I'm going to give them a call probably this week and see if I can arrange for, or basically what I have to do in order to get a camp spot. Usually you just have to call them and tell them what day you're going to be out there so that they aren't surprised when the Florida Park Rangers or Florida Wildlife Management Agency officers come by. They want to make sure that if they have reservations for 5 people being out there, they want to make sure there's 5 people. But I parked here for a little while, took a little look around, and I think I'll be back to do some camping. So, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch the other videos that I produce. Alright, thank you, and have a great day.